Hi guys, and welcome to this week's Alakazam Video Blog. Right, so this week I'm joined by our very own Andy Smith. Many of you will know him from the customer service he gives you at Alakazam and when you call in. And if you've been to the recent Blackpool, you would have seen Andy.
Yeah.
But this is Andy Smith. Andy is our resident book expert.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
yeah.
you know more than me. So he's our resident book expert, and obviously for crediting and everything, your mind is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
So you're joining us this week because obviously Dave's away,
Yeah.
and you've been looking at a few products, and later on this week's vlog, we're going to show you the trailer of our brand new release. So anyway, Andy, what have you been looking at this week?
Well, first and foremost is this. This is Move 03 by John Bannon and Big Blind Media. If anybody's ever seen the previous two volumes, you'll know that the quality of the material that's on there, the way it's shot, the explanations, everything as a complete parcel is absolutely phenomenal. And Move 03 is no exception, really. Yeah. There is some brilliant stuff on here. I've been a fan of Bannon ever since he first started publishing stuff with Smoke and Mirrors and Impossibilia.
Yeah.
And if you compare it to the material that's in those sort of books, it's a really big departure now what he does compared to what he was doing, 20-25 years ago.
Yeah.
And as the name implies, it's Move Zero. These are I wouldn't want to call them self-working tricks. I think they're semi-automatic tricks.
Right.
Because although most of the method, 98% of the method is self-working, there are still little things that he puts in there that you could argue are more semi-automatic. So you might want to introduce a false shuffle, a false cut. But they're really sort of garnishes to the trick.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily part of the trick or needed.
But they make it more deceptive. And,
yeah.
But even though those moves are appreciated to put in there,
yeah.
You don't have to put them in.
No.
But even if you do, they're not very taxing.
No.
It's not saying that you've got to be a sleight of hand.
And that's I think what is the biggest difference between what he was doing then and what he's doing now is that possibly the material in the past was slight heavy, and then over the years it's gone more towards the subtlety,
yeah.
and then towards what is now the semi-automatic stuff, stroke self-working stuff in the Move Zero series.
Yeah.
But there's the little bits of information in there. It's the fact that Bannon not only talks about introducing possibly false shuffles, false cuts, those sort of things, but the reasoning behind why he's doing those particular false shuffles and those particular false cuts. And just little bits of information. On the previous two, they were questions that, if memory serves me, were things that he'd thought about. But on this volume, it's questions that have been posed to him by different people.
Right. Okay.
So one of the things he says about is that one of the tricks is about counting. Quite a big pile of cards that have to be counted. And he makes a very good argument, to my mind, as to why those tricks are actually quite effective and can be quite commercial.
Yeah.
So there's those sort of things. I think if you were to look at Bannon's work, you might think, is he a performer? And to my mind, yes, but not probably in the way that we think about. So
yeah.
We think about commercial workers that are, up and down the country that we see. And you might think, well, is the stuff that he does stuff that you would go out and perform? Yeah, I think you probably could.
Yeah.
Given the right sort of mindset and the approach, there's no reason why you wouldn't.
And that's the thing, when it comes to performing magic, if you are at a gig and you're doing table hopping and you've got 12 tables to get round in an hour,
yeah.
You're going to spend 4 or 5 minutes on a table.
Yeah.
You're not going to go on there and do a trick that's going to last 5 minutes for one trick with a lot of procedure.
Yeah.
But there are times when you're doing a sort of parlour performance, you're sitting at the table, you've got a little group of people.
Yeah.
That's where these effects, and there will be, like you said, there'll be some in here that you could easily do table hopping, but there's others that are suited to a different environment, and they are environments that we all
And you know as well as I do that sometimes you turn up with the best intention in the world. You're at a gig and they might give you all the information about that gig, you know, and you think, oh, this is going to be great, I'll go and do my normal set, and then you get there and then you realise that actually things aren't exactly as the person that's booked you has made out, and you know, it's no longer that you've got to do an hour for however many people, but you've got to do an hour for 20, 30 people. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're thinking, right, okay. And this is the beautiful thing about this sort of material. Even if you didn't do it, you know, even if you didn't go out and perform it as part of your professional repertoire, having it at the back of your head can be life-saving sometimes.
I had that. I've had that a few times actually, but one that really, well, there was two that really stick in my mind. But one of them, I turned up to a gig. I was booked. They said to me, there's going to be people in the house. It was someone's 60th birthday. We've got a huge garden. There's 2 marquees in the garden. Each marquee will have people in. So I entered the house. There was people sitting in like the sort of conservatory bit. And I thought, well, I'll start off and I'll perform to them. But what I'll do is I'll perform my close-up act, but as a stand-up, I'll do it to all of them. Yeah. So I done literally my act. And I said, oh, I'll go outside and entertain. Well, no, we haven't gone out yet. It's just these. Yeah. And I was sort of thinking to myself, right, okay, there is other stuff I can do, but that was it. That was the act that I would have travelled around the garden with, you know.
And because they're easy to remember, and you know, and keep at the back of your mind. I mean, I've got a massive case full of close-up stuff that, you know, and I don't use all of it when I go out and work. I use a very small percentage of it, and there's loads of stuff in there that I could take out should it be necessary. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of the stuff in there, actually, I probably couldn't remember doing because they might be things that I've used and then put away. Yeah. Whereas this sort of material I tend to store and then think, oh, actually, yeah, that would work. And of course, you do also run into that risk that even if you've got a big group, you might start performing for a couple, and before you know it, you've got 15, 20 people standing around you, and you're like, right, okay, I need something more now. Yeah. So they're always worth sort of thinking about for lots of different reasons, but not to be necessarily thought of as non-commercial, because actually they could be in the right situation.
Yeah. So this is Move 03. Andy's now going to demonstrate to us 2 effects from this DVD, but also remember we've got Move 01 and Move 02 in stock. So if you're getting into card magic, or you love the Bannon stuff, or you just want extra sort of ammunition for when you're out performing, these DVDs are fantastic. So now we're going to cut to a video of Andy performing 2 of the effects from Move 03.
So Peter, I'm not big. I'm really not big on the fact of like predictions and mind reading and stuff like that. I don't believe in that sort of thing at all. Probably because I've done magic so long. Yeah. But what I do believe in is the ability to influence people, or seemingly influence people. So it looks like you kind of predicted their actions at the end. I have here a prediction, which I will leave just there, and we also have a deck of cards. Now, although these have been shuffled, you can see they're all different and mixed up. There are lots of different ways you can shuffle a deck of cards, right? There is this sort of shuffle, very haphazardly. You have some that are on the table. But we're going to try a couple of different types of shuffles. So I'm going to hand you, well, actually, we'll take out some cards. 4, 8. We're going to just use these cards here. Yeah. And we'll give them a mix-up. This is a common shuffle. This is what's known as an overhand shuffle, right? Yep. There is another form of shuffle that you can do. Not many people do this apart from magicians, but you can do this sort of shuffle as well, where you take some of the cards, you turn them wrong way around and you mix them into these ones. This is a haphazard shuffle, especially if you shuffle this way, right? Right. It's not easy to do the sort of table shuffles on the table because of such a small packet. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, you give them a quick overhand shuffle for me.
Actually, we might have to move the mat, because you put these all over the table, don't you? Or do you think they'll fit on that?
Yeah, no, that should be fine. Oh, and then turn them the other way around. So turn them over, that's it. Yep. And we'll shuffle up that way as well.
Okay. Cool.
Excellent. Okay. So look, these are mixed up.
Yes.
Okay. There is one more way that you could randomise this. And what we can do is we can do 1 down, 1 over, 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 They just about fit.
Right,
okay.
Perfect.
So this randomises it, but there's one last thing that you could do. Imagine that this is a giant piece of paper.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to treat it as if we were doing origami.
Yeah.
So we're going to fold in sides. So we can fold in this side, this side, this side, or this side. What would you want to start
Okay, let's do this side first.
All right, okay. Is that to stop them toppling off?
Yeah, yeah,
right,
I'm helping you out there.
Excellent, okay. What one do you
Bottom up.
Okay, right, okay. I had heard that before, that you like bottom up, but that's cool.
Top down.
Excellent.
We'll fold this way.
Oh, you were apprehensive about saying the same thing again, weren't you? So,
and then we'll take this one.
Okay, so we're going to fold that in this way.
And then this one again.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Okay, so this is mixed up,
yep.
right? I said that there was a prediction, and I've actually predicted this in stages.
Yeah.
Now, and I've numbered them just so that we know. We have here 7 cards will be turned over. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so let's just take those. So there are 7 cards turned over.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens with the next one. Number 2. 4 of the cards will be black. 4 of the cards will be black.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Excellent. Okay, so far,
so good.
What? Well, so good. Yeah. The red cards are all hearts. Yeah,
no, they're not. I've got the 8 of hearts. I've got the 2 of diamonds, and I've got 8 of hearts, 2 of hearts, and the Queen of diamonds.
Oh right. The red cards. Oh, sorry. There was something else that is just in the bottom of here. I don't know if you can see this. Just in the bottom of here. Do you want to just unfold that for me? That is my final prediction.
Apart from the Queen of Diamonds. That is really cool.
It's excellent, and it's really, very simple to do. It has kind of roots, I guess, in Simon Aaron's and shuffleboard.
Yeah.
But so much less to remember, so much less to go through.
Yeah.
Just as impactful, I think.
And the other thing is, obviously this isn't an out.
No.
So this could be written on the back of the original,
yeah.
Or at the bottom it could say, look in the envelope, or look on the back. So, I mean, that's really good. And there is literally no sleight of hand in that.
No, not
Nothing at all.
And he's got 2 routines that utilise the same sort of principle, which are origami poker, and this is origami prediction.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're really easy.
Okay, so what was that called? Origami?
Prediction.
Origami prediction.
So, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something that is a little bit strange, okay? I have here a deck of cards. You can give them a shuffle up if you want. Excellent. Okay. Once you've shuffled them, actually, we'll leave the box just there.
Yep.
I am going to remove 2 cards. We will remove, let's go for contrasting cards. We'll go for the red Queen of Diamonds, if we've got it, Queen of Hearts as well. No, we haven't. Let's go for the Queen of Spades and Queen of Clubs then. It doesn't matter because the queens actually have a unique property. I'm going to leave them there just for a second.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to look away, and I want you to reach in and take out a chunk of cards. You can take them all together, or you can take them from different bits, but no more than 20.
Okay.
Okay. So go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what we do, just silently count them to yourself, and then place them into the box so I can't see the number. Now the whole point of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point of this is that you have randomised the number. You haven't just had one pop into your head. You've literally gone with chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am also. I said no more than 20, right? So I'm going to put. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to just lay these out on the table.
Yeah.
And if you were thinking of 2, that's your secret number. You'd remember the second card, which in this case is Jack of Spades.
Okay.
Just think of the card that corresponds to your
Okay,
number.
don't look.
Okay, I'll look away.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. So now you are thinking of a card.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. You're probably wondering where the Queen of Spades and Queen of Clubs come in. So here we have the 2 queens. I'm going to leave them. Let's see. I'm going to just leave them there, and we'll put some other cards on top, like that, and then these on here. Okay?
Yep.
So they are buried somewhere in the middle of the pack. Okay. Have you ever heard of the mousetrap shuffle?
No, okay. I genuinely
Some
haven't.
people think remember it as the Klondike shuffle, right? But it's called the mousetrap shuffle for a reason. If you take cards off like this, you can keep on doing this until you come to the queens, and then something very strange happens. They trap one card. Now there is one card here, just in the middle of the two queens, and I'll just show you that this is nice and clearly. Now you were thinking of one card. You just had one card in your head, which I couldn't know because I was looking away. What was your card?
4 of hearts.
And that is indeed the 4 of hearts.
Now that is really neat because you haven't shown me that one before.
All right, yeah, well, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that is really cool. And what's that called?
That is called mousetrap.
Right, and once again, no sleight of hand.
No sleight of hand, no.
That is perfect, and that is off Move 03. So guys, if you're into your card magic, if you want some extra ammunition that you can, you know, play out when you're at gigs, this DVD is perfect, full of great material.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
And before we go any further, we have these little things here that you bought in from home.
Yes, I brought them in. I'm a bit of a Star Wars geek.
And today, even though you're watching this not on May the 4th, because I'm not editing it till tomorrow.
No,
today is May the 4th, so Andy is walking around with these things.
Well, walking around makes it sound like I am really sad, but I did bring them in just so that they could feature on this, because it is Star Wars Day.
Right, so May the 4th, so that's why they're here. Right, so the next product you want to speak about, and this is something you purchased for yourself.
Yeah. We have coming in very shortly. This is Memorandum by Woody Aragon. I love books. Peter will be the first person to say that I absolutely adore magic books, and lots of card magic books. You know, and for ages now, and again, Peter and Dave will both testify to this. For ages now, I've been wanting to learn a stack. Yes. And for ages in the office, up on my board, I've had numerous stacks that I've tried to learn, and I just haven't at all. And not for any reason apart from the fact that I've just been lazy and just haven't done it at all. And there's some great stacks out there. We know about Aronson, and we know about Mnemonica, the Tamarind stack, and loads of other great ones. And I really wanted to do it. So this year, 2 books have been published that have been on memorised deck magic. In Order to Amaze, that was published by Pete Hartling, which you can only get directly from him. And this book, which was talked about at the session, and then, you know, months later, we now have this physical book, which is Memorandum, and it is Woody Aragon's take on the memorised deck and all the multifacets of the memorised deck work. I wouldn't say it's probably the most comprehensive guide, because if you compare it to something like Mnemonica, you know, it's what, 1/3 of the size. Yeah. However, even just reading the introduction to it and reading, you know, having to skip through some of the other stuff, I can tell that this is just chock full of really very good ideas. I think that lots of people are put off by memorised deck work because they go, oh, I've got to memorise the whole deck. But the truth of the matter is there's so much great stuff out there. Yeah, there is. There's so much you can do with a memorised deck. Now, if I take it, the routines that are in here are for this particular memorised deck. No, right. Okay. This is the beauty of it. Woody Aragon has his stack in there, and some ideas of another stack as well, which he goes into. But he's got a section of tricks that are not stack dependent. You know, so you can use them with a Tamarind stack, you can use them from an Aronson stack. I think the whole philosophy in here is literally you have a stack deck, but don't be tied to doing just what's built into that stack. Yeah, exactly. The Aronson stack has things built into it that are specific to that stack, like poker hands and spelling stuff. Yeah. Mnemonica has I don't think it has things built into it, but there are things definitely you can do that have the properties.
Yeah, and the same with the Bart Harding and everything else.
Exactly.
People would come up with the spelling routines and everything.
But he makes a big point of saying in here, certainly from what I can tell from the first chapter, that don't be tied to it, because there are ways that you can go in and out of it. You can create a stack literally in front of someone.
Yeah.
Providing ways of going around it and maintaining your stack order, or not in some instances maintaining your stack order. It's not being tied to it, but being aware that there are some strong things you could do, even with 26 cards out of his stack in here.
Yeah.
You can do some awesome tricks. So why not, if half the deck gets ruined, why not use the other 26 cards and do some mind-blowing magic?
Yeah, it's a good point.
So I think that this is going to be really, really good, and it's one of actually three new books that we've put up on the site recently, because we also have the Gentleman Jack, not the Gentleman Jack, the Handsome Jack.
Oh yeah, book. Handsome Jack book by John Lovick.
Yeah, and Mentalissimo, which is Mental Card Magic by John Bannon as well. Yeah. Again, great books, and there's been a bit of a renaissance really for books and the popularity of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's just so much stuff that gets missed. But with regards to this one, I honestly, so far, I think it's amazing, and Woody's previous book, I can't remember, a book in English. Yeah. Sold out in the UK. It was a bestseller in the UK and in America for many reasons, because that just contains some dynamite stuff as well.
Yeah, he's a great performer. Yeah, you ever see him perform, he's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I just think this is destined to be a classic. So it's on the site currently for pre-order.
And when are these in?
These should be in early next week, as far as I'm aware. Yeah,
cool.
It should be early next week.
So check out the Woody Aragon book, as well as the Gentleman Jack and Handsome Jack.
Yes,
Handsome Jack book, and Mentalissimo by John Bannon. So we're coming to the end of this video blog, but I just wanted to tell you about a new product that we have coming out. Firstly, for those of you that haven't seen Expansion yet by Dave Loosely and Daniel Bryant, or Daniel Bryant and Dave Loosely, pop over to our website and have a look. That is released next week, and it has already got some great reviews because it went out to the review team. And plus, when we were filming the Murphy's lectures last week, near enough all the magicians that came here to lecture that saw it purchased one. It's really, really cool. It's such a great effect. They're due for release on the 10th of May. But this is our brand new release. This is the Gentleman Jack. Now, I'll demonstrate, no, actually, I'll tell you a bit about it first. A few years ago, Alakazam purchased the rights from Tony Curtis to the company RAR Magic, which was Roy Roth's company. And Roy Roth, if you remember back in the day, used to produce a lot of leather goods, both mentalism, card magic, and just magic props in general. Alakazam purchased the rights to a lot of their back catalogue, and Tony turned up with 3 or 4 big crates of products and said, right, there you go, sift through it. Now, the first thing I picked out, just by luck, was this wallet. And I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. Now, the wallet, I'm going to demonstrate a little routine. The wallet comes with a DVD that's got routines in it. You get the all-important registration code. This routine I've come up with will be included as one of the bonus videos. I'll be filming it in a couple of weeks. But this wallet you can learn to do various things with, or you can use to do different things with. So I'll explain that in a moment. But first of all, I'm going to show you a little effect using the wallet. So inside this wallet here, you can quite clearly see I have 2 bits of card. One's number 1, one's number 2. On these bits of cards, I've got what I consider to be a prediction, something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, and they're going to go in this sequence. 1, 2.
I'm so glad.
Not to confuse matters. Also in here, we have a £10 note, a genuine £10 note, and the reason that's in there is because I'm so sure my prediction's going to be true that I'm willing to stake £10 of my hard-earned cash on it.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Perfect. So here's the idea. We have 52 different cards in a randomly shuffled order.
Yeah.
Yep. I am going to riffle the cards down to you just like this. And whenever you want, you're going to say stop.
Stop.
Got the card?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show the camera. Don't know if the camera's got that. And you remembered it, Andy?
Yeah.
Perfect. So the card's going to go into the pack like this. Now, I wrote 2 predictions.
Yeah.
Firstly, what was the name of your card?
6 of clubs.
6 of clubs. Turn over prediction number 1. What does it say?
Your card has vanished.
Your card has vanished.
Yeah.
Just tell everyone at home, if we go through these, we've got a 6 of hearts. There's a 6 of diamonds.
Yeah.
And there's a 6 of spades.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's not there.
No.
Do me a favour, turn over card number 2 and
Your
read out what
card
it says.
is in the wallet.
Your card is in the wallet. Underneath the £10 note, you will see there is 1 playing card. Take that out yourself and show everybody.
And the £10?
No, leave the £10 in there unless I'm wrong. Show everyone the card. And that is the 6 of clubs. So that's one of the routines you can do with the Gentleman Jack. The other beautiful thing about the Gentleman Jack is it makes for a perfect add a number pad as well.
Yeah.
So all that's explained on the DVD. This routine will go into the bonus section. So anyone that purchases it, if you register it, you will receive the instructions of how to perform this routine. And this routine here is such a worker.
Yeah.
Just to do even if you're in a walk around situation, even without the predictions, just for a card to wallet with absolutely no sleight of hand. And there was no sleight of hand there at all.
Yeah, it's nice and clean, you know,
Yeah.
and it allows you all the time to you know, present it, which is really, really good.
Yeah, and there's another great routine that I believe's on the trailer. So this is the world exclusive of the Gentleman Jack trailer. Have you ever wanted to be able to switch cards, billets or currency right under your spectators' noses? The Gentleman Jack allows you to do just that, and it's built into an innocent looking hip pocket style Himba wallet. Not only can the gentleman invisibly switch, but this awesome little tool makes for a great add a number pad and the perfect hideout for your cribs.
Okay guys, so I'm going to try something with you if that's okay, but you've still got to watch very carefully. I'll start by showing you a card that's in my wallet, and I'm just going to leave this on the table. It's going to use 52 cards and your hands. So I'd like you to deal the cards one at a time face down on the table, but they can come from anywhere. They haven't got to come from the top, they literally can come from anywhere. Whenever you want, you stop, okay? Is that good? Yeah. All right, the rest of the cards can go away. They're not needed anymore, it's these cards. So pick the pack up for me. And you're gonna create a card that even you didn't know you were gonna pick. So I want you to do 2 piles of the cards all the way through, that's it. And one of the piles is gonna give us the value, and the other is gonna give us the suit. Okay, so if you turn over the top 2 cards for me, we got the 3 of hearts and the 10 of clubs, right? So this could be the value, which will give us the 10, and then that would be the suit, which would 10 of hearts or 3 of clubs. Right. It is on you. What would you like?
3 of clubs.
The 3 of clubs. Now I'm going to give you 1 chance to change your mind, because you might kick yourself when you see this card.
No, I'm going to stick with the 3 of clubs.
You sure?
Yeah, please.
Look, I showed you there was 1 card in my wallet. I'm going to take it out. There's nothing else in there. And crazy enough, that is.
Oh wow, that's a
perfect match.
There we go.
Thank you guys.
Really good.
I'm Peter Nardi, and this is the Gentleman Jack gimmick. Right guys, so that was the trailer for the Gentleman Jack. Remember, that's on our site now for ordering. And remember, if you order the Gentleman Jack or the expansion, you'll get free worldwide shipping from Alakazam Magic. I want to thank Andy for joining us and for showing us the stuff and learning the stuff off John Bannon. I know you would have learned it anyway, because you always do. So guys, until next week, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channels, Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and hopefully I'll see you next week on the Alakazam Video Blog.